Okay guys, I'm flipping the camera around so that I can show you the approach to the market and some of the items inside the market. So,
Yo, break down fire, hey.
first I'm going to show you the meat section, where I purchase my beef and chicken and pork and so on. This is the most chaotic part of the city as far as traffic goes. But if you live down here, you get used to it. You know how to get in and out. And what up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about inflation here in Georgetown, Guyana. Inflation is a topic the world over. I'm heading down to Stabroek Market again, what I refer to as big market, to assess the rate of inflation here in Guyana. Now, inflation is about 8% in the US, and in some countries it's as much as 100%. Places like Argentina it's 100%. But in Guyana, nobody's talking about inflation. Nobody's talking about how much prices have increased over the last year. And in my estimation, it's about 33%. Inflation in Guyana is about 33%. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you downtown. Here's where we are. We're at the same point we were 2 days ago. And I'm going to show you the prices of meat in Stabroek Market. So last time I was in Stabroek Market, that was the day I showed you these buildings. Remember I showed you it's an 8-story building and a 7-story building going up in this neck of the woods, downtown Georgetown. And after that I went into the market, went into Stabroek Market and bought some beef and pork and vegetables and stuff. And it occurred to me that nobody's reporting on how much these prices are going up in Guyana. And so I just want to show you what the real inflation rate is in Georgetown. And I guess for those who live outside of Georgetown, you can comment below, tell people what the prices are doing in your neck of the woods and places outside of the city, capital city. But my estimation is that the inflation rate down here is about, that is in Georgetown, is about 33%, and I'm going based on meat and the basics, rice, flour, sugar, and so on. So I paid 666 Guyana dollars a pound for beef and 680 Guyana dollars a pound for pork, and that computes to about $3.20 and $3.30 US per pound for beef and pork. $3.20 a pound for beef and $3.30 a pound for pork. You can compare that with prices in the US or prices in your neck of the woods. But those are the prices here in Guyana. And a year ago, the price of meat, the price of beef, for example, was around $450 a pound. And the price of pork was $400 a pound. So they've gone up by about 50%. In other words, 50% higher. The price of pork, for example, is 50% higher, from $400 to $600 a pound. $680 in fact. Yesterday, or the day before. And beef from $450 a pound to $660 a pound, which is a 50% increase. So based on those two items alone, right, based on beef and pork alone, the inflation rate could be judged to be around 50%. But there's some items that have not been affected by inflation. These prices have not changed very much. Peanut butter, for example, is still almost the same. And some items just fluctuate wildly depending on the season. So vegetables, depending on whether it's raining, whether it's rainy season or it's a dry season, vegetables will be expensive or inexpensive depending on the season. So the inflation rate is the average price, right? It's the average price of items, basic items, over the period of a year. And so when you average these prices, I think it's about 33%. So here we are in Stabroek Market area. Now I'm gonna take my phone off of this extension so that I can show you up close some of the items in the market, and of course so that I can hold on to my phone more tightly. So stay tuned. And you end up just getting energized from being in the crowds, in the heat. This is cane sugar. How much is the sugar cane? 240 cane juice. That's cane juice. These guys would squeeze and chill cane. Okay, so this is the Stabroek Market. We're entering the meat section of the market. This is where I get my chicken from. Chicken, pork, the beef. Morning. What's the chicken? What's the price of chicken today? 5.80 a pound. I bought whole chicken here a few days ago. Here I think it was. What's the price of the pork today? This is where I bought my pork and beef. What's the price of the beef today?
Huh?
What's the price of the beef today?
What you want to buy today?
I know, I'm telling the people about inflation.
Telling the people?
About inflation.
Oh, I see.
So this is beef.
We got different prices.
How much for the beef?
You got 660.
$6.60 a pound. And pork?
If you want steaks, say a pound truck.
800 a pound for the steaks. And what's the price of the pork?
Pork is different prices.
Yeah, I paid what?
You got a leg pork. Leg
Yeah.
pork is 7.
Leg pork is 7.
And the chops,
Pork chops?
depends. You know, 640 and 680.
640 and 680. And what's the price of these whole chickens?
Whole chicken is 540 a pound.
540 a pound. I'm gonna come back and get one of these whole chickens. So this is pickled chicken. How much for the that's a pickled chicken, right? How much? 660 a pound. With saltpeter. All right, so that's the pork, beef, and chicken section in the market. Some more over here. There's a Muslim butchery. You can get some halal products. Last name halal. Halal beef and pork. These are some more pork and vegetables here in the market. This is some food. The food section. These are clothes. Clothes section in the market. And then in the middle, some more food section in the market. You can get, some snacks. Hang on there. And in the middle here you get phones, you get some jewelry. This is the dry goods. What's the price of the potatoes?
$100 a pound.
$100 a pound for potatoes. And the garlic?
160.
160 a pound for the garlic. So the price of potatoes has not changed. $100 a pound for potatoes is in fact what they were last year. So that's what I mean. Sometimes the prices are exactly the same as they were. This is some more snacks. Looking beautiful. Shoes. So the food section is scattered throughout the market. Promise to bring. Sorry. And clothes. So the food and the clothes are mixed. scattered throughout the market. The point here is though that the products, the vegetables, the fruit, the vegetables, these products are unchanged. What's the price of these? What's the price of Adidas?
Hello.
What's the price of the Adidas? 8.5. You have sizes? Size 9, say? Or I'm gonna come back and get me one. So $8,500 for a pair of Adidas. And that's about what, 45, about $45 US, which is not a bad price for Adidas here in Georgetown. Again, you have some digital products, phones, glasses. Then these are the jewelry sections, phones, a lot of phones in a lot of phone stores here in the market. Another repair store, the trinkets. So guys, just based on the meat market, the meat section in the Stabroek Market, and a couple of vegetables that I inquired, the price of vegetables fluctuates, but today potatoes.
Oh, another pound potato,
How much is $100 a pound for potatoes?
Buying, you buy a veg meeting and you buy
$100 a pound for potatoes. Vegetables. Now the vegetable section is outside the market. It's a bit chaotic, so I'm not going to go through vegetable section just to show you that this is what's happening here. These are vegetables. $540 for a piece of pumpkin. These are snacks. In this section of the market you can get a lot of the items you can get in the supermarket, but these are like overstock. The items here tend to be, okay, so here we see some Boro, $200 a bundle. These items, you could probably get them in the supermarket for a much higher price. So this is the way of arbitrage. People, for example, get these items from the wholesale stores, items that you could normally get in the supermarket. You get them from the wholesale store and you get them here in this part of the market for about the same price or less than you can get them in the supermarket. There you have peppers, $100 a parcel. Peppers are up to about $600, $700. Here is $350 a pound. Tomatoes, $260 a pound. Here you have ginger, is about $800 a pound, and two for $100. That's the cucumbers are 2 for $100. This section is the fish market. I'm not going to go in and show you. So that's the Demerara River out there. Demerara River. So this is the fish section of the market. You've seen this in a previous video. I'm not going to ask about fish. Hey guys, it leads me to confirm what I said before, that the price of products in the market are now about 33%, on average, 33% higher than they were a year ago. 50% in the case of, say, beef and pork. 50, 60 sometimes more. 75% higher than they were a year ago. Like the beef steaks are about $700 a pound, and certain cuts of pork are also much higher than the regular ordinary cuts. But certain items like potatoes and onions are about the same as they were last year. So onions and potatoes are unchanged, but beef and pork are now 50%, 100%, 75% higher. And when you make an average, this is just my empirical average of the items that were unchanged and the items that have increased in price, the average in my estimation is about 33% higher. So that's what's happening here, guys, in Stabroek Market. Inflation rate, by my empirical estimate, is about 33%, could be as high as 50%, but it's certainly not as high, say, as places like Argentina or Venezuela or other South American countries. Meanwhile, the value of the Guyana dollar has held steady for the past year. And right now, as of yesterday, the exchange rate was $209. In fact, it was $200 last month. So the value had increased 30 days ago. But today, a month later, it's gone back up. That is, the value of the Guyana dollar has returned to what it was a year ago. It's still at $209, $210 to one US dollar. So that's what's happening here, guys. You want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. This market continues all along Water Street, all the way up to the soap powder. Wait, I gotta come back and get me some. Soap powder is now cheaper than it was last year. So certain items, especially the items in the supermarket, so you really can't go by the supermarket prices. You can't really go down the aisle of the supermarket and judge the inflation from the prices of the items there. But if you come out here on the streets and see the prices of, so those are imported grapes and apples and so on, those are probably going to be inflated because they're perishable and because they're imported. But if you come out here on the streets and check the prices that people in the street, the man in the street, ordinary people are paying for items, you'll find that some items are actually a lot cheaper than they are in the supermarket. Some items are about the same. But on average, the inflation rate, I would say, is about 50% or less. My estimation is about 33%. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. In the comments below, comment on the inflation rate in your neck of the woods and what you think it is compared to Guyana. And share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in Georgetown, Guyana. Later!